Dude, you gotta get up and make the video.
I know. Give me a second! I'm sorry for yelling.
That's okay.
Let's go! It starts with an A and ends with anxiety. Off the charts levels of passion! That's just a nightmare! With you wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Leafs to the Chicago Blackhawks. They lost 3-2. There's someone out there who's like, I earnestly want to know the outcome, and this is my way of knowing. Oh, you know, I had to cook something up good for this LFR video. But first, this LFR is brought to you by HelloFresh. No more, what's for dinner today? HelloFresh delivers everything you need for quick and delicious meals. Starting from just $5 a serving, HelloFresh offers affordable meals without waste. Your grocery budget stays fixed, and you manage expenses without sacrificing quality. All ingredients are sourced locally whenever possible, and all their boxes are packed right here in Canada. Check me out cooking this restaurant-style roasted salmon plate. I followed this super easy step-by-step guide, prepped the ingredients, and made a delicious meal all by my lonesome. It's not just about the savings. HelloFresh cuts down on time, hassle, and decision fatigue. Great term. I like that term. I can never make my mind up when it comes to what the family is going to have for dinner, but HelloFresh has me covered. You can get 50% off your first box plus free sides for life. Plus your first box ships free, all by using my code DANGLE, D-A-N-G-L-E, at HelloFresh.ca. The offer is for new and returning subscribers who have been canceled for more than 270 days. Sign up today. Click the link below and use my code DANGLE at HelloFresh.ca. Alright, now where was I? Oh, that's right. The Leafs lose to Chicago in Chicago. Now, the Leafs haven't won in four games. They're 0-3-1. Heading into this one, it's worse now. Also, no Stolarz. Wool's back. We like that Wool's back. We can talk about Wool being back. But also, Carlo's not playing. You might be like, oh, that's all right. But then you remember that it means Phil Myers has to play. And no Austin Matthews. Listen, you can't just go into every game, especially if you're going to willingly watch a game expecting your team to lose. Every day is a gift. And seeing this lineup made me wish I had kept the receipt. This is what they headed into the game with. Robertson, Tavares, Nylander. Legitimately an incredible line. Nyes, Wah, Cowan. Machelli, Domi, McMahon. Wrong. Incorrect. Joshua, Lorentz, Yarncroke. Actually pretty effective. Overall, not bad. I didn't say good, but not bad. The D pairs. Benoit McCabe, Ekman Larson, and Joseph Woll in net. I know many of you never want to see Riley Myers again. And I'm here to tell you, you're never going to see Riley Myers again. Ever. Till the end of time. There's no way. I said that about Domi playing center. I'm just going to keep making ridiculous sounds until I feel better. But like that, I'm fairly certain was Philip Myers' last game as a Toronto Maple Leaf. He got set on fire in the third period. Frank Nazar set him on fire. We all witnessed a crime. It happened on the ice and 20,000 people cheered for it. It was gruesome. It was grotesque. What have we become as a society? And then if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he played another shift. So big thanks to Frank Nazar for helping the Leafs. Welcome the Troy Stecher era. Thank goodness. For now, until he annoys us too. But I don't think he will as much. Listen, the Leafs were going to be up against it to win in this one. The Chicago Blackhawks have had a great start to the season. They are fast, they are young, they are energetic, they are skilled. The only thing keeping me going through the first few minutes of this game is Joseph Woll looks sharp. Joseph Woll looks dialed. Woll obviously missed training camp. He missed lots of time. He was away from the team. We don't need to know any more than that. But he goes and has his conditioning stint with the Toronto Marlies, and he wasn't particularly great. So he comes into this game, and I'm like, is he going to be particularly great? From puck drop to final horn, he was dialed. Giving the team save after save, looking poised, playing the puck well, except for one time, but it didn't cost them, so it's okay. And the Leafs thanked him by abandoning him! Screenshots will not do it justice. This is the NHL Edge Simulator, and it's just A big old bunch of running around and guessing. This isn't half of how bad it was. Michelli's on the ice. I question how long he's going to be here. Domi's on the ice. At center. Oh my God. Bobby McMahon has never done anything wrong. That's okay. Jake McCabe is struggling, but he had a really good game in this one. Philip Myers never, ever get on the ice again. He was signed to a multi-year contract last season. Awooga! Levshunov sets up Ryan Green. Levshunov had a legitimately great game all night long, and Green scores his second goal of the season. Leafs are down 1-0. I immediately lose my will to live, and I'm convinced that this is going to be a long night. What followed was actually one of the most entertaining, competitive, back-and-forth games the Leafs have played this season. And these are the hardest kinds of LFR video to make. Number one, they lost. Number two, they played legitimately well. Number three, no one wants to hear it. After all, they're way down at the bottom of the standings. Although, this is hilarious. The Leafs are 15th in the East. There's 4 points that separates 15th in the East from 4th. There are 2 teams in the entire Eastern Conference that are below 500. 2. That's it. The Leafs are one of them. But it's not a lost season yet. You gotta try to win these things. And Nick, absolute Robertson, absolutely taking the bull by the horns. He has been in the top 6 for how long now? How long? Before this season began, supposedly, Nick Robertson was offered to the Columbus Blue Jackets in exchange for, I think it was Igor Chitikov. And it was Columbus who said no? I wouldn't take that deal now, would you? Tavares, who might, honest to goodness, be the best player on the team, digs in front, has 2 great chances at it, and it's Nick Robertson going to the nuts for his 5th of the season. Nick Robertson is scoring at a 22-goal, 50-point pace. He is skating his tuchus off. He is fighting. He is digging. He has evolved so much as a player. I love him. May he never leave. Also, this team has been reprehensible since the moment the season began. You trade absolutely anyone if it makes you better, but he makes the Leafs better right now. And what happens after that is it actually followed a number of very good shifts by the Leafs as they tried to tie it up. And then once they finally tied it up, in the final minute of the period, they go to first intermission with a tied game. They've fought hard, and they are out shooting the competition. It's a low, very low bar, but that was one of the Leafs' better first periods in recent memory. Second period begins. Awful. The Leafs don't know how to line change in the second period, and the first 90 seconds is them chasing their own tail. Well, luckily they weathered the storm. Again, Joseph Woll was fantastic in his season debut. And Morgan Riley, who I just had a clip go out from the SDP where I was like, I think I'm done with this guy. He scored a goal that probably shouldn't have counted. William Nylander gets an assist. How come he got an assist? Did he touch that puck? How did he touch that puck? Well, anyway, it goes to Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who is quickly evolving into someone I would die for. Hands it to Morgan Riley, who goes to the net! And he buries it moments after he almost buried it. That was a great shift for Mo. His 3rd of the season, and goodness gracious, great Mo of fire. I didn't know what to say. I don't know. Sometimes I start talking and I think it's going to come to me. Mo has a great game. And the Leafs have a lead. And that is how it would stay after 2. You're getting great shots. You're basically trading with the Blackhawks. You're getting chances. You're basically trading with the Blackhawks. Blackhawks have the slight edge there, but Woll looks fantastic. Has not lost a step. Now, at the other end of the ice, Spencer Knight is looking real good, too. You don't know if you're going to score against him again. Not to mention, the Blackhawks are a much improved team from last year, and when Knight is in net, I didn't realize this about him because it's not like he played very much in Florida. That guy's like a 3rd defenseman back there. He loves playing the puck. Well, 5 minutes into the 3rd period. Hope doesn't die right away. Not right away. The Blackhawks attack, but it looks like everything should be covered. They're sending a guy, you got a guy. And there's another guy with that guy, you got a guy for that guy. Now, what everyone is going to remember about the Teuvo Teravainen goal that tied this game 2-2 is how sick the Teuvo Teravainen goal that made it 2-2 was. What you are going to forget is what was the last shift of Philip Myers' Leafs career, where he loses a puck battle because Teuvo Teravainen should have never, ever gotten the puck on this play. Size is not everything, and this play confirms that, but you'd like it to mean something. According to HockeyDB, Philip Myers is 6'5", which is actually shorter than I thought he was, 221 pounds. Frank Frank is 5'10", 190 pounds. He's an incredible player. He's extremely good. And I'm not like, maybe I shouldn't be surprised that Frank Nazar, who was picked 13th overall by the Chicago Blackhawks, beat Philip Myers at anything. But, oh my God! That allows for the easy pass to Teuvo Teravainen. Teravainen makes an incredible move through Morgan Rielly, and he beats Joseph Woll. I think my goalposts are going to be kind to Joseph Woll in his season debut. Holy Moses. I've told this story before, I'll tell it again. Ken Reed from Sportsnet one time was like, why does every breakdown of a goal have to be about how a player did poorly or how someone screwed up? Why can't it just be incredible? I look at the Teravainen portion of this goal and go, that's just incredible. I don't even know if I give it to Mo there. I definitely don't give it to Woll. That is incredible from Teravainen. I do give it to Myers, though, because none of that should have happened. Okay, so now it's tied. It's tied. It's not great that it's tied, but it's tied. Easton Cowan, back with the team. I thought he had an incredible night. I thought he could have had a hat trick in this one, but he took the team's only 2 penalties, and one of them, the delay of game in the third, was so tough. But I tell you what, the penalty kill stood tall. Woll stood tall. Nick Waugh filling in heavy for Austin Matthews. Jake McCabe filling in heavy. This team was mean to Connor Bedard all night long. That kid is incredible, and he was getting frustrated, and it's because the Leafs leaned on him all night. Late in the third, OEL and McCabe are out there. Ugh. Blackhawks digging in the corner. Ugh. Colton Dach comes out of the corner and goes into the slot. Jake McCabe is with him. Now, this is incredible from Colton Dach. It's really good stuff, but also Donato breaks free from Oliver Ekman-Larsson, creating some havoc. Maybe he distracted McCabe a little bit, not to mention the screen on Woll. But Crevier fires it on. Dach tips it perfectly downwards, and it bounces! I don't know what it says in the goalie handbook for how to stop that satanic demon spawn of a shot, but I don't blame Woll for that one either. And it doesn't matter anyway because you gotta score a goal. Man, they faded over the course of this game. As good as they looked after 1, as good as they looked after 2, they were the second best team in the third by enough of a margin that they lost. I gotta say, I'm gonna keep calling the guy out because, one thing we did last year, we did this with Marner, we did this with Willie. We've done it with Tavares at times. When the Leafs were missing Matthews, we talked about the other guys stepping it up. And Nylander, lots of times, has stepped it up. And he's put up a bunch of points this season. But in terms of both ends of the ice, I still hate the way he changes lines. Am I alone in saying that line of Tavares, Robertson, Nylander? Tonight, Nylander was the third best member of that line. I'm not blaming him for the loss. I'm not blaming him for why the Leafs couldn't tie this game. But in a game that was so close and was decided by so little, if we had just got a little more from Willie on this one. And, then I thought about the hockey gods, and the Leafs have lost more games than they've won this season. But in the games that they've won, they've deserved to lose a bunch of them. You know what they haven't really done this season is lose games they should have won. Now, I know what you're thinking. What, Steve? Just their last game, they had a 2-goal lead and then they lost in overtime. Yeah, no, they were awful, actually. This is totally different. It's a shame because it's a great example of, that's a game you could build on. It's a game where you can go, shucks, gosh, gee willikers, that's an honest loss. We played them, and it was back and forth and lots of fun, and we played decently structured, and we actually got a bunch of shots, and this and that and that. The Joseph Woll performance was the best news to me. He was incredible. He had Easton Cowan back. He was very good. There was lots to like about this game, and I can hear you through the screen aggressively not caring because they lost, and it was their 5th straight loss. It's not great. No, I don't do this nearly as often as I should, but Blackhawks fans, if I were you, I thought the Blackhawks rebuild was going really, really, really poorly. Connor Bedard was depressing to watch last year. Then I started doing, oh wow, there are videos on the SDPN YouTube channel where we talk about the best plays from around the OHL, Ontario Hockey League, over the past week. We now do WHL version of that. We do a QMJHL version of that. I couldn't believe how many Blackhawks prospects were in the oh wow videos. And Nick Lardis, who I believe is leading the AHL in scoring, or he was, is a Blackhawks prospect. He's not even on the team right now. One of the things that I said is Bedard just feels alone out there. He doesn't feel alone out there anymore. To me, the biggest reason for that, up front anyway, is Frank Nazar. Can someone confirm how to say that? Lev Shunov, I know, had limited NHL time last year. Oh my gosh, he looks great. It's a very young D-core, lots of young pieces up front. I really hope Nick Foligno's okay, by the way. That did not look good at all. I will say this. The Blackhawks look good right now. They're going to be great. Part of the reason they're not great is they make ridiculous decisions with the puck. Ridiculous passes that don't make any sense. It's ridiculous sloppy pond hockey, and it's so much fun. I remember when the Leafs were young and dumb, and it was a lot more fun and enjoyable than this. Now, Leafs have 2 days off here. 2. People have talked about how this team has played so much at home. They need to get out on the road. They need to bond. They need to get away from it all, from all the Toronto bleh. The next 2 days, here's your opportunity. And then you have the St. Louis Blues. The Blues have been awful. St. Louis is where Joseph Woll is from. You might want to play for the guy. And speaking of guys you might want to play for, Craig Berube is not going to want to lose this game. He brought them a cup, and they fired him. You lose this game, and you lose it in a bad way. You've lost 6 straight. You get on the phone, and you call teams until someone on your hockey team is no longer on your hockey team. Tuesday against St. Louis is all of a sudden a must-win, and I'm not exaggerating. I don't care how good this game was. You can't lose 6 straight and expect your season to go well. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends. The one side effect of the Leafs being this bad is I'm already at mid-season sexy voice time. Win a game, bro.